Hello again. This segment, we are doing the artsy stuff. So I was really kind of sad when I found out I was not going to be in a regular cast. Instead, I am in a foot splint. So, Lynn, what is the difference between a foot splint and a cast?
A cast is for only breaks.
It's mainly for when bones are broken.
And splints, like what's on Mom's foot, is for like bone fragments that got broken off of the whole bone.
Well, for surgery.
Yeah.
Now, they did tell me that often, even when there's surgery on a wrist, they sometimes will put a cast because there's more rotation and because this is like a more high traffic area of the body. But the foot, almost always after surgery, will get a foot splint because anywhere you have surgery, you're going to have
blood.
Well, yeah. All living things have blood, but you're going to have swelling.
Oh.
And a foot splint is a little more flexible and gives more room for swelling. So I'm going to show you my foot splint. Let's adjust a little bit. So this is what it looks like. So it's soft cloth, like an ace bandage that's been wrapped around hard plaster.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I knew that wouldn't hurt. You're so sweet. So they have, so the doctor went in orthoscopically about here and here, and then did the surgery on the ankle. This is a sneak peek, just ignore that. So I have like bandages, like a dressing with medicine and stuff, and then they put some gauze around that, and then they wrap the whole thing in cotton, like really thick cotton that would make a cotton ball. And then they put plaster from down this way and then across my foot, and then wrapped it in this ace bandage. So my students will remember that we actually, right before I was supposed to have this surgery in March, we voted about what color cast I should get. And I think it ended up being pink.
No, blue.
Was it blue? Okay, well, and then I decided, since we're in quarantine and nobody can tell me, that we would go for blue, because I looked on Pinterest and saw somebody had drawn sunflowers on their cast, and the cast was blue like the background. So what we're going to do, and this might have to be divided into another portion too, what we're going to do is I'm going to sketch out and map out where the sunflowers are going to go on this part of the foot. We did, Lynn and I, the other day, did do a couple on the other side. It was really hard to do that side. That's why I wanted to do a practice run, because this is the part that I wanted to record. I want my students to be a part of this because I wanted them to draw and sign their names. So due to things being the way that they are right now, this is the closest I could get to you guys being involved. So I think I want a sunflower right here. Oops. And another one right here, and another one right here. Okay. So, and when we're drawing things, I encourage to find common shapes that you see. Like, what shape is the center of a sunflower?
Circle.
It's a circle. So the first thing we're going to do is to draw a circle. And I'm kind of going against the grain here. So it's not going to be perfect, but as long as we do our best, right? Okay, and then what shape are a sunflower's petals?
Triangle.
They kind of look like a triangle, kind of rounded out. So, and sunflowers have a lot of petals, but I don't have a whole lot of room, so we're going to kind of stick to about 5. So what I do is I put like a little tick mark right there, and then I put one right here and right here, and then I separate, I put one in the middle right there and one right there, and that's where I'm going to aim to have my petals. And every once in a while, because this is cloth, I have to pick the fuzzies off of, actually, would you bring me a blanket from over there, please? So then I'm going to kind of come out here. It's like a rounded triangle. I might give it a little divot there, give it a different shape. Thank you, sweetie. There. And things are, there we go. And I kind of want them to have a tip, so I'm giving them a tip. So now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to kind of come out, and then I'm going to come in. I want the tip to be about there. So that's where I'm aiming. Lynn likes watching. She really is looking forward to helping me color. So I want to aim for this petal to be right about there. Oh, no, honey, oopsies. I put that one, so I'm gonna, but that's okay, because we can turn that mistake into just a different kind of petal. Maybe the angle is a little different. Maybe it's kind of folded over. Because no flower is completely symmetrical. And instead of starting down here, this one is kind of hiding behind, oh, see, and I kind of dipped again because this is getting hard for me to reach. Okay, and then I gotta rotate just a little. This one, we're gonna bring it out from there, and we'll come down like that. Okay, so then we have 5 petals. So I don't know, maybe these won't be sunflowers. Maybe they'll just be like different flowers because my petals are too big, but they're really big because I have another plan. Okay, so that's our first flower. So now I kind of want one, I think about up here. So I'm gonna make my circle and then make my petals. And this is gonna be tough because this is a very teeny tiny piece of tape right there. But this is where it really gets fun, and we're making the flowers different colors. No. So, and we still end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where it ends up being kind of fun because you don't have to see every single inch of everything that you draw. If you have things that go off the page or that are hiding behind something, it tells a story in whatever art project you are doing. So I'm going to curve my petal right up there, and I'm going to curve this one right there. And this petal is kind of hiding behind that one, and that is okay. And this one I'm going to make go this way. Okay. I'm sorry if you can't really, sorry, honey, see too well. I'm trying to keep my foot at a comfortable angle and where you can see and where I can reach. Okay. And then this one, all right, so maybe I can kind of flip over a little. So this is where we did some, and they're all kind of orange. I might add some littler ones in to tie in the colors on this side. We were just playing with colors, honestly. So, but this is where they're gonna kind of come together. I think I want this petal to touch with that flower. And then I'm gonna make this petal a little bigger, and this kind of got a little wrinkled. I gotta flatten that out. Oh, hey, I can see a little better now. And even though this has a wrinkle in it, I can make my shadowing and my coloring work with me on that. Okay, and this petal ended up being super duper small, but that's okay. All right, so now we're going to turn back this way, and I'm going to put in another flower kind of right here. Whoops, I accidentally marked it, so I might as well start right there. And even if your centers are a little different shaped, that's okay. So I'm going to do my...
Mama, just to make it look super good, I want to add one other little thing.
Okay, maybe I'll let you add it later.
A bee.
A bee. That is a wonderful idea.
Because flowers have pollen.
That's
and bees,
right. They drink the pollen. So here's another petal that's kind of going at a different angle, and it's going behind there. So now I can't really draw that side of the petal here, but it's going to come out from behind right there. Okay. And so there's going to be almost one like dominant petal, if you will, like one that's on top of all the other ones. Oh. And the others are going to kind of be overlapping a bit. Don't want to mark the pillow. Okay. One more.
petals.
Right here. And these petals are really big, but like I said, that is because I have a plan. Now, all right, I think that looks pretty good. Now I need some leaves, and these I'm going to do with green. I'm just going to outline them with green because if I do them in black, leaves are going to be a similar shape to the petals. I might get confused. So I'm going to imagine I have a leaf coming up through here. So all of this, and I'll just do that center vein and some of those just to really make sure that my eyes see that that is a leaf. And let's do a leaf right in here.
And then
a nice
we will soon do the bee.
Big leaf. So big it's almost the top.
Bumblebee.
Okay, and then maybe this leaf we can see some of the stem. Okay, and then we're going to do those veins. Are you being silly? There is never a dull moment with this kid around. All right, and then let's do one more right here. There's the edge of the cloth.
Ugh.
So that kind of makes it a little interesting.
And
And then when everything is on here, like flowers, maybe we'll have room for a butterfly, bees, and everything is colored, then I'm going to try and color the little teeny spaces like this in between blue. So they really pop. All right, so that is that section of that. Ooh, that's flattering, sorry. So that's the sketching. Whew. So lots of stretching that goes that. So, and if you decide you want to try and draw these flowers, you can do it on paper and you can use pencil. And also notice that what I did like little tiny strokes. I didn't just go in with the marker. Tiny little feathery strokes. That way, if you're using pencil, whether it's a regular graphite pencil or even charcoal or a colored pencil, if you do decide you don't like a line, you can go back and have a greater chance of erasing it. If you dive in with marker, oh man, you better be confident. So, and I had a clear idea of what I wanted to do, and we practiced on the other side. Let me see if I can we practiced.
Sorry guys, not fluttering either.
On this side. I'm kind of having to roll over onto my belly a little bit. So we kind of did that to practice, and we blended, and Lynn and I talked about shadowing. So these flowers are a little bigger because my mom actually had a really cool suggestion that we're going to try and do. So I needed the flowers and the petals to be bigger. So we'll do another segment of the coloring and the shading, okay? So color as many, or draw, sketch is the artistic word for it, as many flowers as you want. The smaller they are, the trickier they are to color. So if you have a regular 8.5 by 11 picture, and in art, when you're doing things of nature, nature likes to have things in groups of 3. Okay, so that's why I did a group of 3 flowers. And then the rest of it can be green, it could be blue, whatever you want it to be. Okay, so that way, if you just have 3 big flowers and don't center them, that's the other neat thing about a story that you can tell with these flowers. You can kind of put them off center a little bit. Okay, so think about all those things, and we'll talk a little bit more about light. So this lamp will be on behind me, so that's kind of gloomy. We opened up all the windows. We wanted natural light because the lighting is going to help you decide where the natural shadows and lights and darks in your coloring are going to be. So we'll talk more about that in the next one. So happy sketching. And this really cheered me up. I can't really do much, but I can color my footprint and I can bring you along with me. So thank you for joining us. I hope that you do this on paper. And for my little kiddos, have your grown-up take a picture and send it to me. I would love to see all the different colors. You don't have to do sunflowers. I think these are ending up not being sunflowers. You just let your imagination go, okay? Whoops. And color away after you draw. We'll color in the next one, all right? So we'll see you then.